Good. All right. Test. Yep.
Litmus test.
There we go.
Litmus test.
Good. Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I'm Martelle, and with me sometimes is Randy.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
It is. Not real sure how I feel about it. Like, I want to like it, just so I'm not the asshole. But I'm not a big fan of cold weather and snow. Although I'm trying to embrace it this year, especially today.
Well, the good news is now you don't have to drive in every day and deal with traffic.
I don't.
So that's got to be a plus.
I don't. That's a huge plus. But I don't know. Am I the asshole for not liking snow?
No.
Okay, good.
No, everybody's got their own opinion.
Everybody's good. Yeah, and they're like assholes. They all stink.
Just like us.
That's right. So
speaking of stink,
I just pooped.
You did just puke.
So we're gonna revisit. We're doing a revisit on Makers Mark Brownie Sundae.
I just took a drink.
That's fine.
I wasn't waiting on you anymore.
No, I don't care. And I kind of ruined it because I put it over ice, and I think we said initially we didn't like it over ice. It was better neat.
I don't recall.
So I went ahead and ruined that for us. So am I the asshole?
No, because you still poured me a free drink. So beggars cannot be choosers.
Catching the theme here? Am I the asshole?
Yeah, but I know the theme because you told me before we recorded.
I did. So what do you think? You've got it over ice. It's been sitting and marinating and nice balling, and
it has been for quite a while now.
For every bit of probably
15 minutes.
No, not that long, because you only got here about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, so 12 minutes then.
So maybe
we'll say 10.
10 minutes.
I actually like it.
Yeah. I took a sip. I think the bottle just needed to sit and breathe a bit because we tried it and I haven't had any since.
Yeah, no, the bottle still had quite a bit in it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Okay,
yeah,
so
it's not bad.
I
mean, I can tell it's been sitting on ice for a while.
Well, but I can taste the kind of chocolate on the finish.
Yeah,
which is really good. Like it's good, but it tastes like that I think I may have mentioned it tastes like the artificial chocolate.
Like
it tastes like scratch
Nesquik?
No, like snatch and scritch. Scratch and sniff chocolate.
I never tasted scratch. I think you just licked stickers.
So they had stickers.
You grew up like, this one smells like chocolate, and it tastes like chocolate. This one smells like strawberries, and it tastes just like chocolate.
Yeah. No, but do you know what artificial chocolate is? Like that?
No.
It's
like Yoo-hoo?
Kind of like Yoo-hoo.
Kind of like a chalky chocolate?
They had stickers. They were scratch and sniff stickers.
Yeah, I never licked any, though.
You don't lick them. You smell them. It tastes like how it smells.
Okay.
And that's what that artificial... Like, they used to have artificial chocolate dog toys.
Let me ask you, at the risk of being an a-hole, let me ask you a question.
You're fine.
How much glued-on wallpaper with pictures of food on it did you lick growing up trying to see how things tasted?
None.
I feel like you watched Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory.
No.
And we're just like going through Grandma's house, and there's like fruit baskets on the wallpaper. And
I wish. And if they were flavorful, that would have been even better. But no.
And the whole time you're really just like licking up old dried wallpaper paste.
Yeah, that's what we did in the 80s.
Some of us never stopped.
You're right. So
I just ate paint chips.
Right, and sniff and huff gas.
Lead.
Yeah, unleaded gas. Inleaded gas.
You eat paint chips, it'll put lead in your pencil.
That's right. It's fine. No, I'm liking this. I'm enjoying this a little more than I think last time. But I think it needed to sit and kind of oxidate a bit and breathe.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we can't do side by side what we had then versus now. But I do like this.
I do like this. And Makers is coming out. They're doing the Ohio berry. I am
food on the brain or something.
Apparently, they're doing the Ohio barrel selection again. So Makers actually released a newsletter or a memo that they were doing this to all of the ambassadors. So I don't know if, and then someone posted a screenshot on the Central Ohio Whiskey Society page that they were doing it as well. Milkshake's one of them. Like all the best ones they put out. are in this series. Ones? Yeah, so like Milkshake and a couple others.
Well, that one did bring all the boys to the yard.
It did, and it was the hardest one to find.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can get a bottle of that at some point and give it a try.
So
we can't rely on our friends that have bottles to give us a taste. So
yeah, freaking jerks. After all we've done for them,
nothing.
Right,
but
except Mo would share.
Mo would share. Weekly Mo showed out.
Yeah, I realized we did a show a couple weeks ago. We didn't mention Mo once.
I know we need to mention Mo. So Mo's getting his 15 minutes.
Mo rhymes with snow.
And it is mowing outside.
It is smowing.
Samoan? Samoan. He is kind of Samoan.
He looks Samoan.
I mean,
he does he's got to be part Samoan, right?
Well, he
posted the video.
His dad's black and his mom's Japanese. So
so that makes him Samoan.
And Hawaiianers or Pacific Islanders, but I don't know if Japan kind of falls in that. There's like I think there's another term for like Pacific Islanders. I think there's a term for the islands.
Pacific Islanders.
Oh, specific?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a child saying.
Not to get too Pacific on our podcast, but
I don't know. Mo, let me know about that.
Shoot us a video.
Yeah.
A video. I meant to say a message, and I said video.
Well, I was going to say a video.
I mean, you can do a video. That's
while
fine.
You're working out, listening to the show, and potentially dying
in your Speedo. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I won't post it or anything
at all.
Wink, wink, nod, nod. Anyway, I want to.
He gave me the greatest idea ever this week. By the way,
oh, did he?
He shared a memory where he had said, "When I retire."
Oh yeah.
All those kids doing the hata, whatever it's called.
It's called a haka.
Haka, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like...
They did it for his retirement.
And the thing that popped in my head was, nobody outside of Martelle knows Mo. What he looks like.
Yeah.
They may have...
no, I read I read it.
Yeah, I know. Well,
but you have to describe it for the world.
with all the world that listens. But, yeah, what I want him to do, I was like, just walk into my funeral, like, during the service, not the viewing, because everybody's talking. I wanted to be in, like...
Right in the middle.
During the eulogy.
Right in the middle of the eulogy, like Mo walks in.
Full Samoan gear.
But you're giving it away now.
I am, because it probably won't happen. They still don't know what he looks like. And honestly, how many people listen to this show?
I don't know.
Probably the exact number. Probably more than will come to my funeral.
Yeah.
But I just wanted him to stand up, full Samoan attire, do a haka, and then just turn around and walk out. Because I was like, people are going to think either who the heck was that, or what was Randy involved in that we don't know about? It's like super secret life, you know?
No,
I've heard stories of I was at my dad's funeral and these two guys came in wearing suits, blah, blah, and that's how I learned my dad was an undercover CIA agent his whole life and never told me. Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, I get it. I like it.
And then I said, well, Martelle knows Mo, but I was like, well, Martelle ain't going to go to my funeral, so.
I probably would.
Laugh at me one more time.
Maybe.
Flip me off.
Poke you. You really dead? Yep. Cold. So cold.
Just get a stick from outside and come and start poking my body.
That would be hilarious.
Oh, please do it. Please.
That would be fucking hilarious.
I've told different friends things like this pretty much the last 10 years here and there. Because when I go out, whether it's today or in 50 years, which it won't be, I want people to laugh again. I want to remember the good times.
Yeah.
If you had any with me. If you didn't, I don't care if you're there or not.
Right.
But I want people to remember. I want it to be a party. I want people telling jokes, saying stupid stuff I've done, all that kind of stuff.
No, I want a funeral pyre at this point. I can't get a Viking funeral.
Yeah.
I'm not really Viking anyway.
I can definitely put you on a pallet in your swamp back there.
Oh no.
Set you on fire.
I don't know if you noticed I cut everything down back there.
I didn't even look.
There's a tree standing.
Nice. I mean, you said last week you were going to.
I got it all. It's all gone. Now, and it actually looks like a crater because I caught the pond on fire.
Nice.
On purpose. It wasn't like an accident. I'm like, oh, let's see what happens. I just little spark with the plumber's torch and it raging fire in my backyard. I was standing out there with a hose and
like that would do anything.
Well,
it's like a half-acre fire and you got a garden hose.
Pretty much, but it has I have the only nozzle that I have anymore that actually works is from one of those fertilizer sprayers.
Nice. So it's like a mister.
No, it's a solid stream.
Oh, it's
just a solid stream that I cut off a bottle and like filed it down, and then I can use that as a nozzle. I'm standing out with the nozzle, like trying to throw the water, like to make sure that the fire doesn't go outside of the edge of what was the quote pond.
You're a guy's like, there's a fire, and you run inside. You pass a bucket and go get like a coffee mug.
Yeah, like here, have some water.
I got it.
It looked like I was
baptizing
somebody, or
the power of Christ compels thee.
Throwing holy water on a demon. It was ridiculous.
Oh man,
but I kind of want to make a format change to the show, and it's for the better.
We
hope, and it's going to be more conversational. So
we've never done. We don't have conversations.
Sometimes we do.
You're saying more topical. There's going to be a topic.
There's going to be a topic for the show, but still unscripted topic for the show, but where we can, and then we will just continue to do the same ridiculous bullshit we still do.
And here's the reality: we've been talking about this for 2 months, 3 months, but neither one of us really did anything.
Right.
And then last week's show we recorded.
It was very. It was the show was going to be dark humor. It was very macabre.
We read some inappropriate jokes, and in the end, he and I were in tears. My stomach's hurting. My facial muscles, the muscles in my face are like throbbing. We were laughing so hard I can't see straight. And then he messages me later and goes, "We can't release this.
We can't put that out." So we didn't. And we're not.
Yeah.
And it's I deleted it.
I just went with it. I said, okay. He deleted a whole episode.
I didn't want it to see the light of the day.
But all I remember was when he messaged me. All I could remember was why it was really funny. And he's like, "Well, you hear us read a joke and then laugh." And I'm like, "So what's the problem?" He's like, "It wasn't good. It didn't flow well. It's not good listening.
It's not good listening."
Plus, some of the jokes." They went a little far, and I was like, yeah, I know.
The line was there, and we put our toe on the other side of it.
I remember specifically like 3 that I said or I twisted to make even more inappropriate.
Yeah.
So it's probably better that didn't go out.
So it's fine that didn't go out.
That was the episode that would ruin our political careers.
Yeah. Not that we have any.
Or care to.
But it was... It was...
So now we're trying to go like, hey, I've got an idea. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll roll with it.
We're going to roll.
We haven't scripted any of this. Haven't planned anything. Martelle just had an idea.
Yeah. So, and if you haven't caught on, the theme is Am I the Asshole?
Yes.
And I actually got the idea a couple weeks ago as I was rolling through Reddit and looking, because I've been reading some of these like the past 3 years from the...
I haven't read them in a while, but I used to.
Yeah, the subreddit is Am I the Asshole? AITA. AITA. Am I the Asshole? And so I'm like, and then it popped up on
AITA
national news the other day.
Oh, okay. So kind of like
they're like, oh, this subreddit on Reddit it's catching fire, and I'm like,
that's been around for years.
It's been around for years. What?
I haven't read one on there for a couple. When I first discovered it, I read through like a bunch.
Yeah,
and then I haven't been back, and it's been like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. So I have my own personal Am I the Asshole?
So we're going to read some of these for examples.
We'll read some of these for examples.
And then get into yours.
And we'll mention mine because it was this weekend. I'm not going to get in too deep on the specifics.
Oh, but I want it deep.
I was pretty peeved.
I bet if we get you more out of that bottle of Brown Betty.
Oh, it probably won't take much, actually. I just don't want to deal with the aftermath of it.
So we got a big new TV screen I can see.
Yep.
That's a beautiful display, by the way.
It is. It's a HDR.
We got hooked up to the new laptop.
No, this is to my...
Hooked up to the tablet.
This is to my iPad. Yeah, I had to switch machines here. I can jump back and forth on my mouse between machines. It's awesome. Bluetooth is amazing. Technology is the
to be alive.
best. Oh, my God. I wish it was the 80s. Not because it was better... because there wasn't so much technology.
Right.
So I've got a couple here. We'll go through and by a couple, I mean, I think I've got like 15. We're not going to go through all 15 for the show.
Okay.
We're going to pick like maybe 3 to 5 out of the 15.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I tried to grab ones that might be more associated to us.
I'm definitely interested in the first one.
Okay, so we will do... I grabbed that one as well, and that actually ties into mine. So we'll do this one, then we'll do mine. All right. So The title is, Am I the Asshole for Ignoring My Grandmother for the Last 5 Months? And this is going to be hard to read because it's one gigantic run-on sentence. So I'll do my best.
I definitely see periods all throughout this.
There are, but there's no...
But it's a giant paragraph.
It's a giant, like, 30-line paragraph. My grandma has been a real bother since Grandpa died a few years ago. Yep, you're the asshole. I'm done. The end.
Like, come on.
Jesus.
Your grandpa died. Your grandma's sitting at home all alone.
And that was a few years ago, and she's been... So,
jeez.
After mourning, she focused on it should be on my mother and I's life.
I love that you just corrected somebody's grammar.
And tried to control and interfere with everything we did. I was patient. That's a sentence right there.
It is. I was patient.
No. Really patient.
Still a sentence.
I'm in a long-term relationship over 7 years, and she has never liked my boyfriend. All of the time, she has tried to set me up with another man, with another men, like her friends' grandsons or random men she met at church. And I always let it go, just saying no and forgetting. There were also situations where she was openly offending my boyfriend when he didn't do anything rude to her ever. The writing on this is like a 12. It's like
it's pretty bad.
It's like me writing this or a 12-year-old. He's just a quiet guy who don't easily show his emotions, and he's a non-believer. I guess that's the problem for her. Anyway, this summer he proposed. I was really happy and wanted to share it with my family. My mother was happy too. They also needed some time to form a bond, but eventually she came to like him after she knew him more. And when I called my grandmother to share the news, she had the audacity to ask me who exactly was engaged. Who am I exactly engaged? Who? What?
Ask me with who I'm exactly engaged. That's a really bad way to say it.
I was shocked, but after some deep breaths, answered my fiance's name, and she was like, I thought you'd found somebody better. Still, it's good that you won't be living with a man like a slut without God's blessing. Is she related to me and my great-grandmother?
I was going to say, I'm thinking maybe she is an a-hole, but it might be inherited.
Well, we're gonna see here. So, at this point, I told her goodbye, and again called my mother to vent my anger. Then my mother, I'm reading it literally word for word.
You are. Yeah, for once, Martelle's reading pretty well.
Yeah, I'm reading exceptionally well, and this is exceptionally bad writing. Then my mother called my grandma, scolded her. In return, she reacted emotionally, crying in an instant that it was me who was rude and I'm a bad granddaughter because I never listened to her and gave her enough attention. Next day, Grandma tried to call me once, but I was still pissed, so I didn't answer. Fast forward 5 months, I'm still pissed, and she's acting like the victim of my abuse, crying to my mother that I should apologize, so I'm still ignoring her. All right, so that's the main paragraph, and it was very, very hard to get through.
Yeah.
All right, so plot twist. This spring, she found... Well, scroll down. She found a new man, apparently, some old schoolmate after reunion, and she's in a relationship with him. The guy is most rude and ignorant man I have ever met, and she's calling him perfect.
Oh, now there's a two I'm going to read.
Yeah.
I wish people would put those at the top.
Right. All right. My grandma never liked my boyfriend and tried to set me up with another men. After he proposed, she asked me with who I was engaged, and she thought that I had found someone better. Now, after silent treatment for me, she acts like a victim and demands an apology. So, we're not going to read anybody else's comments because I don't want to influence. So this is after reading this is basically, is she the asshole or is the grandmother the asshole?
Well, I would ask what she is. It sounds like she is, because even in her horrible own words, horrible writing, it sounds like she's been ignoring Grandma, quote unquote ignoring, since Grandpa died. Grandma's lonely. She wants to stay connected to her family who's living.
Right.
Which would be her daughter and her granddaughter.
Yeah.
And whoever else, brother, whatever. And the granddaughter's like, oh, why are you calling us Grandma? We used to only have to see at Christmas, So I feel like she is, but I feel like there's more to the story.
I feel like just the first the first couple sentences lead on that there's actually more to this than like the grandmother's been a real bother since Grandpa died a few years ago. After mourning, she focused on my mother's life. And it just sounds like she's trying to be involved, but maybe a little overly involved.
It's hard to say.
Like
we don't have enough info.
Well, we don't, but you can gather, or I gather, assuming, I'm going to go ahead and assume here that the whole not liking the boyfriend and is prying a little too far into somebody else's life that they don't need to have their fingers and grasps into. But
does everybody feel that way, or just the granddaughter?
I don't know. Well, apparently the mother didn't like boyfriend, but they formed a bond.
Does the mother feel like grandma was prying too far?
Or it doesn't get into that.
Exactly.
It doesn't get into that. So
I feel like she's an a-hole. I feel like they're both idiots.
Well, whoever wrote this is definitely the moron. Like,
again,
she is
I feel
the
like
dumb.
It may be
so
inherited.
But yeah, I think she is the asshole.
I mean, it's your grandma.
It's your grandma. I mean, grandmas can't do no wrong even when they do wrong.
Well, I'm not going to go that far. My grandmas are awesome.
My grandma was amazing.
Yeah. I've loved all my grandmothers, my great-grandmothers that I was fortunate enough to know.
Not on my side. So, like, my grandmother passed away in 2019, was a saint. Loved her to death. She was fun. She was funny. My grandmother, my mom's mom, my other grandmother, she passed away like several years ago. She was like a sailor. Like, she smoked, she drank, she cussed people out. She was funny. Like,
sounds awesome.
Never to me. She was never mean to us, to the kids, but she was hilarious. But then my great grandmothers, you couldn't stand to be around them.
Yeah.
Like,
evil.
Like one, yeah. So Oma, and that's
such a grandma name.
Well, it's German for grandma, but her name was Oma.
So her name's Grandma.
Her name was Oma Pearl.
Like, can we go over to Mama Grandma's house?
Yeah, grandma's. So Oma, there was no filter on that mouth. It didn't matter who it was. She looked at my sister one day who was wearing kind of a crop top shirt, and she goes, "Where are you going, whore?"
Huh?
Yeah. Oh no, trollop. That's what it was.
Okay, trollop's funny.
It was trollop.
Trollop's funny.
Not whore. It's the same thing.
What's Sarah say?
She's like, "It's Thanksgiving."
Like, I'm going to go eat some turkey.
Like, it was in the house. Like, we were in my grandmother's kitchen.
So not going anywhere.
And my great grandmother's is sitting in the rocking chair, and she goes, "Where are you going, trollop?" And Sarah's just like, dining room.
Yeah, a room that you're not in
at this point. Yeah, it was funny. It was funny for me. I mean, but she was mean to everybody.
I would have laughed at that.
Yeah,
I would have lost some.
I think Sarah was like 13 at the time, so she was.
I mean, it probably affected her more.
Insecure.
Yeah, more than you. But
doing all that. But
especially this day and age, if I'm at somebody's family Thanksgiving, 20, 30 people around, and a really old lady in a rock chair in the corner uses the word trollop.
Trollop.
I'm probably going to lose it.
You should start using the word trollop.
I should. I need to start calling people some more old-timey insults.
Just referring to people. So this kind of leads into mine. We were going to wait. I would have waited a little longer, but this kind of... So my grandmother passed away in 2019. My sister and I got closure.
Okay.
This past weekend, which is why I was out of town, didn't know if we were going to be able to record this weekend, is I had to go...
I didn't remember you saying you were going to be out of town.
Yeah, I sent you a message.
Yeah, didn't remember until you're like, hey, I don't know when I'll be back. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Totally forgot you were leaving.
So I had to go back for a funeral service for my grandmother who passed 2 years ago.
Okay, that's unusual.
That's everybody else's thought, too. And I didn't really want to go.
So don't go.
I already went. But... because
if I could turn back time.
Well,
I want to go to Grandma's funeral. That's 2 years too late.
I'm not going to get too deep into details, but at some point 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, I was asked if I would read a eulogy and a poem. Now, you can't expect me to remember what the hell I did yesterday.
I forgot you sent a message.
Right. I was like, you never asked me. Yes, I did. I asked you back in last March. Okay, well, that's a year and a half ago. I can't. Unless you got it in writing, that shit didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I did it. I read the poem. I gave a quick eulogy. I cried like a child. And
Nothing wrong with that.
no. And so I did the thing.
Sissy.
But, right.
You trollop.
I know, trollop. But the whole thing is, so I feel like it was self-serving.
For a certain person?
Yes.
Needed this.
Big. Even though they had
Did Sarah come into town for this?
No. Sarah couldn't make it into town. It was short notice. She needs 30 days and she only got 15.
Were they upset that she wasn't there?
Little bit.
They're the a-hole. Whoever this person is.
Okay. That's kind of where
why are they having it 2 years after anyway?
Well, so she passed away on November 26, 2019.
Right as COVID. We first even heard the term.
Right.
This is before shutdown.
So COVID. So then it was, we had to wait for ashes to come back, and that didn't happen until March of last year.
Which is when shutdown happened.
And then it was, can't have a service because
no gatherings.
So it didn't happen then. But she had a small service with her and the pastor at my grandfather's gravesite, because my grandmother's cremated, so there's no burial. But she just wanted to sprinkle some ashes on the flowers and just leave me the fuck alone. That was my grandmother. She didn't want to be like, she didn't want anybody hassling over her. Like, whatever the simplest route is the simplest route.
That's what I tried to tell Beth.
So so they did that. So I got closure on November 26, 2019. Sarah got closure November 26, 2019. I was in the room when my grandmother died. I actually was vacuuming.
I remember it.
Yeah, I was vacuuming. And
good thing you vacuumed her then and not after she was ashes.
Yeah, so
mistakes can happen.
But yeah, bad ones. So I was vacuuming in the living room when she passed away.
Instead of an urn, you have a Dyson sitting on your fireplace.
A mini Dyson.
Like, why is there a vacuum cleaner? No, I'm thinking full size because you swept her up and you just left her in there.
Even better.
And you just set it up over the fireplace, and people were like, why is there a sweeper, as we call it in Ohio?
That's the urn.
That's my dead grandma.
Yeah. This shit happens. Whoopsies. So yeah, and then that's what I'm like. And a couple of people I talked to, they're like, why now?
Yeah, that's really bizarre to me.
And it's like, some people are like, what the fuck?
That's really weird. Like, I would not go.
I didn't want to, but because I'm in Ohio.
Especially if grandma was burn me and then screw off.
Yeah, like, I have a glass orb of her ashes because my aunt sent off everything for to make these orbs. So I got that. So it was just kind of like...
It's like a Christmas ornament. You can hang grandma on the tree.
Well, she sits on a platform.
Oh, there you go.
It's lidded.
Awesome.
Lidded.
So
and that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
you're glowing today.
Am I the asshole for not wanting to do it? No. Or is this person the asshole for doing this 2 years after the fact, and everybody is still just kind of like even someone was like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear about the passing. And they're like, it was in 2019. They're like, well, what?
Yeah. That's okay. Then I'd be like, okay, how long did you all freeze this body for?
Right.
No, that's really weird. I've never, ever heard of somebody.
Okay.
Like, I know people that do, for example, my brother-in-law was in the Marine Corps, as you know, for 10 years. Mm-hmm. On one of his deployments, his squadron, platoon, whatever, got into some crap, and one of his very, very close friends passed away.
Yeah.
He's never given me the details on why. I don't know if it was just random and happened somewhere else on the battlefield. I don't know if it's because he saved his life, but he's had this connection to this Marine.
Aliens and anal probes.
Right. That
I heard they like strawberry ice cream.
I was about to get real disrespectful for a second. But like, when he came back home out of the Marine Corps, he asked me, hey, can you go with me to Kentucky? I'd like to visit his grave. And he didn't want his sister going, his parents, his wife, because he knew I would just let him do his thing.
Right.
I'm not going to be there. Like, I'm there for him, but I'm not going to interfere in any way. Whatever he wants, I will do that for him. Right. Out of my respect for my brother-in-law.
Which is the way it should be.
Yeah. And now every year they have a memorial golf tournament.
Okay.
in this guy's name, and that's the way of remembering him. That would make sense to me. If she goes, hey, I'd like to have a little party, just remember the good times with Grandma.
Yeah.
Cool, but don't make it a funeral.
No, it was like it was a full blown service, and what it was supposed to be.
That's so weird.
What it was supposed to be was just a small, like, okay, I'm going to go and we're going to have this person, the pastor, and it may be gravesite or maybe just like something quick at the church, and we're done.
But it turned into a full blown invite everybody you know,
streamed on the internet
service. I can view this.
You could have. I don't know that you can still.
Was it on Facebook Live?
I don't know.
It's probably still out there.
I have no idea.
You need to find it.
But I was just like, this is
now I'm trying to revel in your awkwardness, not your awkwardness, but the awkward situation you were put through.
Yeah, it was.
No, that person is definitely
okay.
I would say off their rocker, and I'm not judging them. I don't know them, but if that happened to me, and somebody called me and said, "Hey, we all love this person. We lost him 2 years ago. Let's have a funeral service," I would be like, "Yeah, I'm out."
Yeah,
like, you need to talk, we can talk, but we can go get coffee. We can go visit the grave. I'm not doing a funeral service 2 years later.
It was a full-blown service.
That's so dumb.
Like, there's an hour of like a visiting hours, and
Shut
then a
up.
service after. It was just to say, hey.
Did they just go stand up by an empty coffin so people
there
walk
wasn't
up?
Even a coffin. There was nothing. It was
it's so awkward.
It was like the little
like
glass
everybody knows.
orb.
You go to a funeral, if they're not cremated, you go up. There's a body in a casket, which is kind of weird anyway, but people can pay their last respects.
Yep.
Talk to the family that's all stands by the casket. The closest.
Well, it was a talk to the family thing, and I didn't know any of them there because they're literally between the ages of 60 and dead.
So weird.
Everybody there.
Yeah,
except for my mom's best friend.
I don't think you are at all, and honestly. And I did. Honestly, when you said you were back in Carroll, cold weather, blah blah, I didn't even scroll up to look where you said you'd be going. So I had no clue what you were doing.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I said I was what I was doing. I think I just said I was going out of town, and hopefully we'll be back to record on Sunday.
That's really weird to me.
So, all right, enough of that. So, okay, so I'm not the asshole, so I feel better. Not that it would have made the difference anyway, but all right. So this one is Thanksgiving.
I'm honestly
related.
surprised you did it.
Well, I have to stay in good graces.
Okay, inheritance, I get it.
Something like that.
Okay, so the next one.
Not that I ever ask or want anything, but
yeah, same.
There's no living relatives after this, and I will end up being the one who becomes legally responsible for estates.
When this person passes away, you shouldn't throw a funeral.
Be like, we had one in 2021.
Yeah, that one covered both.
It's fine, but yeah, I'll get into that off the air.
Okay.
So all right, so this one is more Thanksgiving related. I'm going to assume it's probably last year.
That's a good assumption.
But am I the asshole for inviting my brother? Oh, no, never mind. It is for this year. For inviting my brother to visit me for Thanksgiving, but not my parents.
That depends. Let's see.
A little context. I lived out of state for 10 years, and now I've stopped flying home for Thanksgiving a while back, but I always come home a couple weeks or two for Christmas. My adult brother, who I'm very close with, lives near my parents, and every year they usually go to my cousin's house for the holidays. This year, my brother wanted to come visit me sometime in November. Excuse me. Since I broke up with my partner over the summer, I don't have any plans for Thanksgiving. Suggested that he come out that week since he doesn't like going to my cousin's house. I didn't make the same suggestion to my parents. I love my parents, but they have a lot of unmanaged mental illness that causes a lot of stress to be around for extended periods of time. Also, I've already been home for more than the usual this year to work on a project with my dad. I was literally just home for a week in October. I know that they'll be upset that my brother's coming out without them, but I just want to have the stress-free holiday before the craziness of Christmas. Am I the asshole?
No,
I don't think so.
No, if you are being, I don't know if I want to call it abuse. Is it abuse? Mentally abused, emotionally abused?
I think it's more just
I think it's the stress of it.
The stress of them.
They said, I love my parents. but they're a lot to handle.
Yeah, there's the stress of whether they're arguing or fighting or
this, to me,
doing the
is
constant
protecting the writer. It's the writer protecting their own mental illness and their own happiness.
Absolutely.
So I say no to that. And it says I know they'll be upset. So she hasn't even it could be he, I guess. They don't even know how they'll react. They don't.
No, they're making an assumption, which they could be right. I mean, they're probably right on the assumption.
I mean, I'm going to assume this person knows their parents way better than we do from their writing.
Right.
But I would say no, definitely not. I mean, I
say no as well.
There's a situation I could talk to. We'll talk off air about family Thanksgivings.
No, I think the same. I mean, I've invited people over and not invited other people over. Like I've been, to do stuff.
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
And
That's called life.
I get, this is a holiday. It's your parents, so I get it's a little different than like, oh yeah, we had Jim Bob and Sue Ellen over on Friday to play cards.
Oh, I wish I had a Sue Ellen in my family.
Yeah.
Sue Ellen!
I think you're just trying to call a pig.
Okay. Well, maybe.
Maybe she is.
Maybe she is. Maybe I am.
She walks in like, what, Brandon?
Fucked up.
Oh, man.
All right. Yeah, so no, I don't think this person is the asshole in any way, shape, or form.
No.
I think that
do it.
They're doing
Have
doing
your brother
it right.
out. Have a relaxing Thanksgiving.
All right, so let's get rid
Eat
of
some sausages.
Oh. Dogs go crazy for sausages. All right, so we got a couple more here. So we've got, am I the asshole for not wanting to stay friends? Am I the asshole for not wanting my dad involved with my football team anymore? Am I the asshole for saying a word that was a mistake, that was mistaken for something else?
Oh, do that one.
Okay.
Because that's got to be the N-word.
No, it's not. I'm
Okay.
almost certain it's not.
All right.
Just based on the first sentence. So I work in the medical field.
Yep, racist.
Yep. Recently, someone came in for an HIV test, and the results came back negative. Now, we usually shorten the word to neg, okay?
N-E-G.
N-E-G.
I'm telling you.
On the medical record, we were in the lab in the back where no patients are allowed, and I was super happy for this test to come back negative and started happily singing neg, 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 neg. And my coworker was like, oh, that sounds like something else. I didn't get it, but I didn't say it. I didn't say it again. Later at home, it hit me. I was so embarrassed. I couldn't believe if someone heard and had taken that the wrong way. The next day at work, my worst nightmares happened. Another coworker that I'm not close with was in the other room and overheard me saying it, and now is going around telling everybody I'm being a racist on purpose. I feel horrible. I tried to apologize and explain, but she wouldn't hear it. I really tried hard to be aware of these things, but I was totally taken out of context. Am I the asshole for being happy about a negative result and not realizing that the word may have sounded like someone?
No.
I would say something else.
No, the question is what the word may sound like to someone else.
Yeah, to someone else.
No. If you keep doing it knowing
Yes.
how it could be, then yes. But no.
No.
If that's legitimately what happened and you apologized, you explained yourself, no, the coworker is. You're good to go.
Yeah, the coworker's definitely one of those woke fucks that just takes everything out of context and doesn't
tries to start crap.
Tries to start shit for no apparent reason, or they have something against you, so they've kind of found something that they can use to get you in trouble. Which I've been on that end of the stick as well. Let's see. Oh, we got plenty of time. We can do a couple more here. Am I the asshole for teaching my best friend's crush to be a gentleman? Am I the asshole refusing to introduce my sister to my dietitian boyfriend so she gets free weight loss help? Am I
Sue Ellen? I got somebody you got to meet.
Am I the asshole for...
Does he cover everything in chocolate?
Hershey syrup. Am I the asshole for not my boyfriend the truth?
Let's do that one. It's going to be written so well.
Oh, there's paragraphs.
For not my boyfriend the truth.
You go ahead and read this one.
All right. Me and my partner has been... I'm going to read exactly as it's written.
Read it word for word.
Me and partner has been going out for 4 months, and these past 4 months has been a roller coaster of emotions for me. Oh, that's my body, a roller coaster.
A roller coaster.
Recently, we have been getting into arguments that seem to be my fault, apparently. Today has been one of those days where I don't know what I've done wrong. This is what happened. Early this morning, we were on the phone talking about what we were doing for the day. I said I had some college work to do that needs to be handed in, which might take a couple of hours. He replied with, "That's fine." The day went on, and while I was doing work, I was very patchy with my replies. Patchy. He texted. I would answer 2 hours later as I had an assignment due in. After a few hours, my phone begins to buzz with a phone call from my partner. I declined and say, "I can't call, I'm still working." A few hours turned into 6 hours between me and you. It was a big assignment that was due in tonight, and I haven't really started it. I apologized over text. What I knew, he was pissed. He just said, "Get on with the assignment," and that we will sort this out over call when you're done. It's not the right "you're."
It's not the right sentence.
This is bothering me to read.
You're literally reading it word for word.
I have to, because if not, my brain corrects everything.
Yeah, that's the problem I was running into with the one. Go ahead.
We call on in the after, and he is pissed and called me a liar, and that I should apologize, spelled improperly, for not calling or texting him this afternoon as I left him for 6+ hours. Am I the a-hole for not answering or calling him? Is it him? Please be honest, as honesty is the best policy.
Your grammar's the worst.
I hope this isn't an English paper they're writing.
I hope it is.
Then you're the a-hole for wasting everybody's time because you're not graduating college.
Right. So
I would say no if you explained yourself and you were, again, legitimately doing schoolwork that was due. Say, "Hey, sorry, big project due tonight. Haven't started it." You're
gotta get it done.
You're kind of an idiot for procrastinating that long. But no. And what guy is that needy?
Right.
It says partner, to be fair, right?
But it is a guy. It doesn't matter. It says guy.
Oh, yeah, it says he.
It says he.
So what guy?
Who is that fucking needy?
Yeah, period. Guy, girl, whatever. Like, if I'm with somebody like my wife, and when we were younger, people used to ask all the time, because I'd go on like weekend trips with my friends. She'd go wherever with her friends, and they're like, "Aren't you worried what they're doing?" And we're like, No.
Liz and I still have that policy today.
Yeah, and I'm like, because I trust him. If I didn't, I wouldn't be with her.
Yeah.
And the same, I said, have you ever, my wedding ring, 2 years ago at the old apartment?
Yeah.
We're getting ready to leave for church. I had one of those rubber Kalo rings or whatever.
Yeah.
Because of the type of work I was doing. I could have put it on as we're walking out the back door for church, and it catches in my finger, and like a rubber band, shoots, rolls under the oven. And Beth and I, she saw it.
Yeah.
She was walking out the back door, turned around and looked at me, saw it go under there, and I looked at her, and she went, "Leave it. We'll get it later." Cool. Went back, never put the stove out, never got it. It's there to this day as far as I know, and we haven't lived there in a year and a half.
You
and I've not replaced it.
You should go knock on the door and be like, "Can I pull your oven out?
I need my $12 ring.
There's a rubber band ring under.
I need a rubber band from under your stove to get the cops called on me." But like, it's not that I don't want to. And when I played bass, I used to have to take a ring off because it just affected my bass playing, the metal ones. And she just knows I'm not going to cheat on her. I have no desire to do that. I don't. My marriage to me is very sacred.
Yeah, same thing. I mean,
so when I text her or call her, I blew up her phone yesterday. She's driving to my grandma and grandpa's with the boys because grandpa wanted to cut and stack wood.
Yeah.
I had an event, men's event at the church.
And Huck is super strong, so he's coming out to help move wood.
And Judd.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both went. But she's driving there, and I'm like, "Where are my socks?" I said, "I can't find them." So I call her. She don't answer. I know she's driving. I look on we have an app that like tracks each other. Yep, she's still driving. Wait a few. Call her. No answer. So then I just keep calling because sometimes she's in dead spots or her phone's left on vibrate. But I called like 6 times, and she's like, "Yeah." And I go, "Hey, thanks for picking up. Glad I'm not dying." And she's like, "The phone, this is the first time it rang." I was like, "Yeah, I'm kidding. Where are my socks?" So,
yeah, whatever.
But it's like, we leave each other, and it's just like, unless I need something from her, I don't have to communicate with her. When I'm on the road for work, I talk to her. I might text her in the morning.
Yeah.
I used to, "Hey, good morning." And then at night, we'll text her message just like we do when we're home throughout the day.
Right.
But if I don't talk to her all day until we do prayer time with the boys at night, which we do video call when I'm on the road. I'm fine with that. And so is she. It's like, we've got our lives. We've got stuff to do. No, I don't think this person's an a-hole. I think the boyfriend that he is.
I think the partner's the asshole here.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely the asshole. Like
you should be encouraging them doing their schoolwork.
Yeah, he's just a needy prick.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my assessment. There he goes. So the mouse stopped working.
We should start naming people we know and then answering whether they're an a-hole or not, just by who they are. Like Mo.
No.
Jimmy.
Which one?
Oh, I only know one Jimmy.
Oh. Yes.
Dude.
Yes.
Definitely. Tyler.
Douche. I mean, yes.
Oh, man. Turtle.
I don't know, Turtle.
Yeah, I know you don't.
Yes.
He's one of my, he is. He's one of my old coworkers. It's so funny because I won't hear from him forever. I don't see him much on Facebook. And my phone will ring like every 6 months. And he called me like last week. Hey, what was that one pizza place you guys talked about on whatever episode you were doing this and that? Like, he listens to our episodes, and then when he wants to go try something we've recommended, he'll call me.
You should be just like, I think it was
Donato's.
Hold on, I gotta check something real quick. Liz is.
Yeah, she's not here.
No, she's out shopping with her mom.
Liz.
Yes. She got someone kicked out of Disney World.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Disney has a no line cutting policy.
And somebody cut line.
Somebody cut
snitched.
line, and the woman didn't speak a lick of English.
This is awesome.
And
did Liz say go back to your country?
No. She said you need to go to the end of the line.
Fair enough.
And it could have been in another country. It was a really long line, but
it was on the. Was it the It's a Small World ride? That'd be even better.
No, it was to meet Tinkerbell.
Jeez.
And so she cut and she like jumped in front and like two people up, and Liz was like, "Hey, you need to go to the back of the line," and no one else was saying anything.
I hate line
Well,
pictures.
then the woman, she turned around and she just looked at Liz and just turned back around.
So that set Liz off.
So then, yeah, that pissed Liz off. So then she said she walks up there and like pokes the woman in the shoulder, and she's like, "Back of the line," and the woman just looks at her and goes, "No hablo inglés."
Bull crap.
And she goes, "Fine." She called someone over. She goes, she's literally just cut in front of all these people.
She called Mickey Mouse over. He was like, we don't stand for that here.
Well, the woman goes up there.
You need to get the F out of my park.
Yeah, well, the woman goes up there who worked for Disney, and she goes over and she starts speaking English. And the woman goes, "No hablo inglés." Boom, right over to Spanish.
Yeah.
It basically was, "You're leaving the park." It was, and I was like,
I still don't think Liz is an a-hole for that, though.
she's not, but she is. You could.
I would have done the same thing.
I mean, I would. Yeah, and I was just like,
I did it.
I'm like, you realize they're getting kicked out of the park. You just ruined that kid's day. She's like, "I don't care."
There was one time Beth was so mad at me afterwards. More embarrassed. We're waiting in line at Kroger. Full cart. This is before kids. And somebody came with their young kid, and this is why I shouldn't have done it, and just walked right in front of us. I mean, clearly pushed their way in front of us.
Yeah, that shit.
And I went, whoa! Like, the place was packed. This is one of those days they had like 8-9 lines open. They're all 3-4 deep, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, man, I wish I just started going off like, I didn't know we could just get in line wherever we wanted because nobody else is waiting and their time's not as important as ours. I need to teach my kid that it's okay to be rude to literally everybody else on the planet. And I'm just like loudly exclaiming this to where everybody down all the aisles, because we're in one of the like middle-ish aisles.
And everybody's
paying attention, and I'm making a scene, man. I'm just like full on. I start clapping. I mean, I'm like, good job. This is how we do it, Billy. You just do what you want with no regards for anybody else, no regards for their time. So she's like, Randy, stop it, you know. Fair enough. I probably should involve the kid. Well, then, fast forward some years, Huck and I are in a store waiting in line. Same thing happens, but just an adult, no kid.
Yeah.
So I went, well, that's not good. And Huck said, what? I said, well, this is a good time for a lesson, buddy. Again, way louder than I should be.
Yeah.
What this person just did was totally disrespect us and everybody behind us by getting in front of us. That's not what I want you to do, because I want to raise a good human being who treats others with respect. And like, this person turns around, she's looking at me, and I locked in eye contact. I didn't let her look away.
Yeah.
And I just went on telling Huck how to be a good person and not like that lady. And at the end, he's like, oh, okay. And she stayed in, like, both situations, the person stayed in line. So I talked the whole time until they're out of the store.
That's fucking absurd.
It drives
that's
me
ridiculous.
Nuts. It's like the people that don't put the cart away, and especially when they're like 2 spaces down.
Those are the worst type of flat earthers.
We talked about it. You're right.
God, my cart can't roll away because the Earth's flat. Just combining 2 of the worst people on the planet. All right, so let's. This is our last one. This is our last AITA boy. Am I the asshole for not giving part of my inheritance to my half sister I just found out about?
No, already.
Basically, right there, just on that sentence alone, no.
Absolutely not.
You inherited. It was left to you.
That's hitting the lottery and then going, hey, I'm your third cousin.
Yeah.
I've never met you before. Like, no, go away.
No, I don't. No, I don't have to.
I mean, we're going to read through this, obviously, but yeah.
Right.
I'm already saying, no, you are not.
No. So, and I got a little piece on this as well. My maternal grandmother was rich, and when she passed away, she gave myself and 4 cousins a good chunk of money.
Okay.
A week ago, my mom and dad sat me down and told me that there was a half-sister named Jennifer. My mom explained to me that when she was in university, she got pregnant, gave birth, gave the child up because she wanted to pursue her studies, and it was a certain time she never wanted, at that certain time she never wanted children. My mom said Jennifer contacted her, and since my grandmother left her nothing, she wanted me to give some of my inheritance to Jennifer. I refused because I'm married and I have a baby. I have a lot of plans for that money, including being in the process of buying a house, paying off a mortgage. My husband and I want to start a business, and we're saving a good chunk of it for my son's education. They must have got a lot of money.
I'll say
that's ambitious.
That's a chunk.
My mom freaked out and called me selfish, and it isn't talking to me. Am I the asshole?
No.
Now there's an edit. Just found out the reason my mom isn't giving money. My mom isn't giving money is because my parents shared accounts, and my dad doesn't want to give my half-sibling a cent. My dad doesn't like how my mom hid that. Jennifer contacted her from my dad. Jennifer told my mom she is penniless and has an OF. I don't know what that is.
It's capital letters, so you have to yell
It's capital letters, yeah. You have to say it loudly. And that it's my mom's fault that she's like this. My grandma did know about Jennifer. My mom got some inheritance, but she and my father are both doctors and make a lot of money.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
Your mom should not be telling you what to do with your inheritance that your grandma sent to you.
Right.
Grandma did not send it to Jennifer. If mom and dad are both doctors and have a lot of money and mom got inheritance, mom should give that to Jennifer if she wants Jennifer to have it.
Absolutely. But dad doesn't but dad doesn't want mom giving Jennifer any money because Jennifer's not dad's. So I agree.
Problem.
It is not this person's problem. They're not the asshole for this.
Plot
Absolutely
twist,
not.
This is the same person that doesn't want their parents over for Thanksgiving.
Right.
No,
absolutely no. They're not the
ridiculous.
asshole. That's absurd.
And I don't care how much money it is. I don't care if it's $20 or $20 million.
So, and I've got a quick story about something something close to this. So my dad passed away. Sarah doesn't live here.
Okay.
By law, I think I become ruler of the estate.
Okay.
I become head of the estate.
Okay.
Everything goes to me. Nothing goes to her.
Well, she's a girl anyway. We're doing this old school style.
Yeah.
First son gets everything.
Yeah, first son gets everything. But
girls don't matter.
But because she lives out of state and there was no will, and I had to basically file estate paperwork and do some other stuff. And I'm the one who lives in state.
Become the executor.
I become the executor of the estate. I didn't have to give Sarah anything. Like, I literally could have not given her a thing. Not that there was really anything to give her. But I could have literally...
whether it's $20 or $20 million.
Yeah. I could have literally just said, like, no, you get nothing.
You get nada.
But...
you chose to live in Florida.
What I did do was when everything was going on, she's up here, I'm like, you get first dibs. Go and take whatever you want. Tools are mine.
You get first dibs. Take what you want, except this.
Except the tools. The tools are mine. Like, that was always a given. That I was always taking the tools. But take whatever you want. You want a car? Take a car. Anything you want in the house, take it. We'll divvy up the guns. I don't care. I don't want anything. I don't want the guns. She goes, I want this, this, and this. I'm like, all right, cool. She goes, I got enough guns. She goes, you take the guns.
Cool. No deal.
Done. So, yeah, you didn't. No, this person's not the asshole in any way, shape, or form.
Nope. There's a reason Grandma didn't want to give Jennifer any money.
She didn't like Jennifer.
And there's a reason Grandma gave Mom what she got.
Yeah.
So, plus, I would have been mad at my mom going, why are you just now telling me I have a half sister just because I got some inheritance? That's some BS.
Yeah, that's
either she's in my life or she's not. It's your fault that Jennifer has been unknown to me.
This sounds more like Jennifer just found out that Grandma passed away and she's not in the will.
Yeah, Mom probably told her.
And reaching out for money.
Yeah.
Type of deal. This sounds like a scam. This sounds like Nigerians are trying to get you to...
know what an OF is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does it say in the comments?
I don't know. Let's find out. OP, original poster, explanation. So your mom wants you to pay off your daughter. Her daughter. Wait, what?
Yeah, nothing says what's OF mean.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Your half-sister was adopted and raised by another family. Is she going to share any of the inheritance she gets from those relatives with you? Your mother clearly has regrets about her decision, and it is her responsibility to manage that, not yours.
Amen.
Not the asshole. Yeah, that's basically what we said. Oh, hey, right here, just what you said. Your mom is welcome to give Jennifer as much of her money as she wants. You owe her nothing.
Bingo.
Yeah, I agree. But there's nothing about OF.
Okay.
I don't know what OF is.
Of.
All right. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm clearly the asshole.
I don't think I ever have an AITA moment or an AITA moment. I'm trying to think.
Oh, I definitely do.
I'm sure I do. I just don't care. So it's not like I've not thought about it. And nothing's happened recently that I know of.
I had one today. When I went to pick the girls up.
Yeah.
That was it. I was the asshole for going to pick them up. They didn't want to leave their friend's house.
Oh.
I'm the asshole.
Well, they're not adults either, so.
No.
Tough titty said the kitty when the milk ran dry.
Yeah. I always like tough titty puff, blow your nose and eat the stuff.
I've never heard that in my life. But you had me at tough titty puff. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'm sure when I'm driving home, I'll think of like 74 of them.
That's fine. It is what it is.
But usually I don't question whether I am or not. I'm either definitely not or I know I am.
Yeah.
And
I always know I am.
yeah.
It's usually daily.
So, and I never care to ask anybody's opinion on it. Maybe that's why I haven't been on that subreddit since I saw it like 3 or 4 years ago.
No, it's fine. It's all fine. It's all fine.
It is entertaining to read others.
It is, yeah. There
drama,
have been
though.
some on there that are just like, woof. I don't know who's the asshole here, but clearly
Everybody.
someone's an asshole in this situation. We don't have enough context.
What the forecast?
Yeah, you've never seen that before?
I remember seeing it. What's it say about today?
Where's it?
Bottom right.
Yeah. So it's sideways. So just
That's fine.
I bet you didn't think today could get any worse. I bet you didn't think today could get any worse. Well, now it's fucking raining.
Nobody could hear that.
that's right. It says, "I bet you didn't think today could get any worse." Well, now it's fucking raining.
So what the forecast is a weather app that is humorous.
Dreary, cold, and wet.
Code.
Code.
Refresh that again.
What is this cold rain fucking?
Cold rain fuckery. Yeah, what the forecast is great, and you can take screenshots and share them.
What is this cold rain fucking?
So I can take this and hit the share button,
Yeah.
and then go to.
Throw it in your story or something.
I can throw it in my story,
Share it to
or I can. I think I
friends
just.
and family.
I think I just sent it to you.
Maybe. I have not looked at my phone since I
No,
started
there it goes.
recording.
Send. Done. Well, not done yet, but it'll be done soon.
But soon.
There we go. Yeah, so you can share them
I got it.
because
Ooh, buddy.
Sarah, Liz, and I will share them back and forth. You know, because we have shitty weather here, and they
Yeah.
have
Nice weather.
nice weather there. So we share them back and forth. All right. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and the Google thing.
Insta, Google, Tweetstagram.
If you have a Am I the Asshole story, post it on our
Yes.
Facebook page.
Please.
Don't email us about it. Post it on our Facebook page, and we'll let you know whether you're the asshole or not.
Yes, we will read it on air. We will give out your full name, your address, your social security number, and your credit card number.
And your mother's maiden name.
And your mother's a trollop.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Bye-bye.